Alright, what's up everybody? How are we doing this morning? Can we give it up one more time for the amazing CrowdTheory? That was pretty sick, no? Yeah, just nodding in agreement, that's awesome. No, that's fine, we can just do whatever, it's early, it's still good. Guys, you're at MaplestoryFest. How you feeling, LA? How we doing? It's my honor to be the first to say welcome to the second ever MaplestoryFest. My name is Adam Kruger, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to once again be your host for MaplestoryFest 2019. Thank you. Okay, alright, sure, we'll go with it. I'll take it. Why not? Wow. Guys, we have a really full crowd here today in person, and I bet we've got an even bigger crowd joining us live on Twitch. So hello to all of you watching from home. I wasn't expecting a response. I can't hear them. Totally fine. Did you guys know, by the way, that MaplestoryFest this year sold out, like all the tickets sold out in 4 minutes?
Yeah.
So I just didn't tell you anything new.
No.
You all knew that. Yeah, 4 minutes. Do you know how lucky I am to be hosting right now? Because otherwise I'd be watching from home too. So quick show of hands. How many of you were here at MaplestoryFest last year? Nice. Okay, cool. Welcome back. Welcome back. Show of hands. First time at Maple. Wow. Okay. Welcome to the party, everybody that hasn't been here before. It's a party. We're gonna have an amazing time. Some of you didn't raise your hands. That's okay. I know you're conserving your energy, and I get it. It's wise. We've got a lot of things, fun, surprisey things going on today for you all. Who's excited for the surprises? It's going to be so awesome. I also want to take a moment real quick just to thank some of our MaplestoryFest sponsors for this year, including Soho Bricks, DX Racer, and Corsair. Round of applause for them. Yeah. Soho Bricks is preparing the mural that you may have noticed on your way to the main stage, and all of our sponsors have provided amazing giveaways to include in our huge raffle drawing at the end of the event. So make sure that you're here for that, because there's some amazing things going out. So, without further ado, let's start off today's festivities with a presentation on MapleStory 2, shall we? Alright. With MapleStory 2's announcement last year at the very first MapleFest, MapleStory 2 has come a long way. Starting off, let's bring out the dev team who are kind enough to fly all the way out here today to meet you all. This is Director Jane, who's in charge of all things MapleStory 2. Leader 2, Project Manager Hong. Make some noise for him. For today's MapleStory 2 session, we have some familiar faces you might have seen or heard from till now as well. Maybe, I don't know. Here's MapleStory 2 Community Manager Kyrios. And Producer DS, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for him.
Jung-Soo! Where's Jung-Soo?
Dear Maplers. Alright, this is not a vlog. Hi everyone, I'm DS, and one of the producers for MapleStory 2. And you may know me as LAMBCOOK from the blogs.
No, snap!
Hi. Wow!
I'm grateful to be here as one of the presenters to talk to you about MapleStory 2. I'd like to start today's session by looking back. What has happened since last year till now? We've captured this into one single video for you to watch. Here's MapleStory 2's journey.
Welcome to the first ever MapleStoryFest. Please welcome the developer
Kruger died, and your hairline died a while ago. Watching this video makes my heart warm and fuzzy with all the great memories. And I actually see some of the guys who are sitting in front here, actually in the video as well. It's been a great journey with many ups and downs. It's safe to say, personally, it has been a very rewarding one for me. When I started working on MapleStory 2, this was before the announcement went out, and I saw so much potential with this project that I wanted to push the boundaries further and further. When the game was announced last year, when I saw what kind of enthusiastic reaction we got, it really made my heart sing. And when we actually launched, with all our hopes and dreams distilled in it, we just watched it with awe as the game really reached new heights. It was best of times, and then it was the worst of times.
No, Project New Leaf is an initiative.
You are going to be here. Around the end of last year, we heard so many players wanting the games to feel different, less tedious, more rewarding for the time invested, and above all, their progression to be not wiped by a bad luck. I think we've done our best to fix this at the time, events and experimental features. Those just weren't enough. We had to do something at the fundamental level. That's when our Project New Leaf was born. Project New Leaf is our 3-month-long initiative to reassess the game and changing it according to players' desire. We just did our finale update with Project New Leaf, and here's the behind-the-scenes video of what Project New Leaf meant to us. Remember, above is what our survey result was before we started the project. And by the way, in this video, I actually come out quite often as well.
Project New Leaf is an initiative that we're taking for MapleStory 2 to make the game fun again.
We realized that we had to actually tackle the core and the philosophy behind it. We need to do this.
I thought the MapleStory 2 launch went fairly well. We had a lot of players coming in and people were really excited. For most games that actually come out, day one, you've got crushed by players, you've got queues and crashes and everything. And we had none of that. I think we actually did really well.
I think the good part was that all the prep work that we did before actually went into really good practice.
One of the best moments from official launch was when one of our content creators left us a really awesome comment on Twitter.
We had the whole team together collaborating, and we brought the game to such a stable state that there was not that many issues.
The best part of launch was the launch itself.
The days leading up to the MS2 launch were pretty hectic, but the day of the launch, I kind of enjoyed it because the fruits of our labor were finally coming to fruition.
We were able to make some drastic changes before we launched the game.
We paid so much attention to the cash shop and we wanted to get rid of the pay-to-win aspect so much that none of the core issues were fixed.
I do feel like the problems that we were noticing and the problems that people were saying were two different things.
We started seeing the player responses through Reddit and our official forums, and we started seeing more and more complaints about the overall feeling of the game.
The first thing that came to our mind was, hey, let's fix the parts that we can fix right now. It might be an event that we're doing, it might be a giveaway we're doing, it might be a new system that we're just temporarily adding. But these ended up becoming band-aids, and yet these weren't really actually addressing the core issue, RNG. Skybound update for us was a major expansion with a lot of content going into the game, with the new storyline, whole slew of missions, and of dungeons. The only problem though was that this came at the moment when people were feeling a little burnt out with the game.
It was glaringly obvious that we had to do something during Skybound phase 2. Maplers weren't looking for brand new content. They wanted us to focus on fixing the issues of the game.
Exactly how do we do it?
We take player suggestions and feedback very seriously.
The main reasons why we started Project New Leaf was to really give us a solid channel of communication with the players.
As part of QA, it's not just finding the bugs. In addition to that, we have our own feedback, and that actually goes to the young producers and developers there.
How do we make it better? How do we improve upon it? Have an internal discussion and present it to devs and see if it's feasible with our service.
And sometimes things do change.
Dev team and NXA complement each other. We ideate based on the game's design, and NXA ideates on user feedback. When these ideas come together, we believe it's a better game.
I want to expand it not only in the KML but also games foundation. I want to fix the game's full play.
RNG 형태의 링크를 이제 전반적으로 바꾸는 부분을 좀 어렵고요. RNG 부분들을 단순하게 수식대만 바꾸면 되는 것들이 아니라 좀 이렇게 유기적으로 업계 부분들을 많이 고민하고 검토를 했었어야 돼서 많이 어려웠던 것 같습니다.
We're proud that we attempted to cater to what players want. We want it to be known that this is only the beginning. But for us to be really proud, our players have to actually like what we did. There's still so much to do, and we will continue to give our best.
We're really trying to make this game better for the players. The Farewell Fair Fight thing actually made dungeons more readily available for the casual player.
Added in Trader's Ribbon,
Gem upgrade system,
Reduced meso sync.
We're actually addressing all those with Project New Leaf.
We're working to actually make everything better for everybody who plays the game.
MapleStory 2 has a great team.
Everybody here really cares about MapleStory 2 because we love this game.
Thanks for listening. It's been a great journey up to now, and I'll see you in game.
Hi, I'm back. Personally, it's terrifying to see myself with a video like that. I actually never had a stage presence before because, actually by choice, because I'm a very introverted person who likes to be spending time working against documents and spreadsheets. And thoughts of standing in front of this large crowd like today probably would have made me faint a couple years ago. And against all the odds, after starting up this project, premiere event, a lot of blogs after, I'm actually here talking to you guys. And you may say I'm evolving. And I say this because I actually see Project New Leaf as an evolution of MapleStory 2. To me, Project New Leaf is our evolution as a company to be opening our ears, listening intently, openly communicating, and being transparent when responsive to your passion, and make it our passion. With 3 updates, we above what we were able to address. And I take pride in how similar that list is compared to the survey I just showed you before, before we began Project New Leaf. But with final updates just 2 weeks ago, we think the game is ready for next week. And rest assured, if we haven't addressed it yet, you know we will in due time because our ears are always going to be open from now. We heard you loud and clear and really want to distill that idea and philosophy of Project New Leaf for the future content to come. I can give you one example of this right now. We'll have multi-opening feature for the selection boxes by next update.
Yeah!
See? Finally, right? And this is just a fraction of what we're doing with a continuation of Project New Leaf, as this is how we'd like to operate MapleStory 2. So far, I've talked about our journey up to now. Now it's time for us to reveal what's happening and coming to our ways really soon. Our upcoming summer expansion. We've been saying this is big over and over in the blogs and everything that we've been saying, but today's the day we finally show you what we mean. Let's dive in. Hernandez. This is our job rank. It's finally coming to every class with this update. MapleStory 2 Awakening update. Job rank is basically a whole new set of skills you can unlock with this update. These skills will expand your character's power. And of course, how you play the character can now be customized even further and with these new skills and mechanics. And again, this applies to all classes. It's a game changer in all aspects. If you're wondering how to get this, then getting the next job rank is not going to be that difficult at all. All characters over level 60 will automatically get the quest. You can actually accept. You can simply follow the storyline and you'll actually be unlocking the next job rank really soon. And upon getting the next job rank skills, all classes are presented with 2 different types of focuses you can specialize. Some of these focuses could be an upgraded version of an existing playstyle, whereas there will be classes where a brand new playstyle will be introduced with this. I know everyone would be more curious about details about how each classes are, but we're far from showing all that we actually planned for today, so we'll have to move on. But don't worry though, because we have official streams now and with our CM periods to delve into the details that's going to be happening in upcoming weeks. We'll answer as many questions at that point as well. At this point, I'll hand off the presentation over to Nime, another producer who couldn't make it here today due to her maternity leave. Let's see our short video of what next topic is.
I'm sorry I'm not able to make it to MapleFest this year, as I have a side project that's due very soon. As you can see from this video, I'm very excited to showcase to you a new class called Striker. It is a melee-based martial arts class that uses 2-handed knuckle weapons and will need dexterity to strengthen up. Striker mainly focuses on mastering its punches and kicks and will continue to do so as you awaken. The class seems really straightforward and easy to use. However, you'll later find out that it's one of the most challenging classes we have released. So if you like the challenge, I would recommend trying out a Striker. Soon enough, you'll learn that you'll need to move your feet and change your stances in order to deal some serious damage. In addition to the new class, we'll be raising the level cap to 70. Here's a sneak peek of what's expected to come.
Yes! Yes!
As you just saw, there will be 6 new hard adventure dungeons and 3 new chaos raids, including Pinkbean, who will make his debut in MapleStory 2, where you will finally be able to battle him. With new dungeons come new sets of armor and weapons. The Frontier set pays homage to a new faction of the Frontier Foundation, who you'll be introduced to when you awaken. The Time Master set pays homage to Captain Mock, while the Demon Wing set pays homage to the evil succubus Madria. While the epic sets look great, the legendary gear Enigma, Behemoth, and Dark Vanguard are even more stunning and will be the strongest gear in the game. Not only will you be able to get new weapons and armor, you'll also be able to get Lapenta shards from these new dungeons. This system will be later introduced to you by our producer LAMBCOOK. Can't wait to see you guys in game!
Lapentas, 3 relics with power over life, space, and time. 3 relics that can gather and cleanse the darkness. Or, if used for evil, destroy Maple World and all it holds dear. Venture to the Emerald Prison, a realm of life, and defend the seabearer to reach the source of corruption. Traverse the azure flocks, a maze of space where the law of gravity has been broken. Conquer the terminus of time, past, present, or future. A realm where the passage of time flows strangely. Protect Maple World from the Black Shard Nexus by commanding the power of all 3 Lapentas. Be the hero Maple World deserves. Become the hero Maple World needs.
Lapenta is our actually final piece of the puzzle for the new storyline that delves into the power of the Lapenta and dangers they possess to the Maple World. With it comes its own epic storyline, 3 challenging 4-man dungeons, and 1 final 10-man raid, all of a caliber above Chaos Raids. Above is how the new 4-man dungeon looks like in the game. As you can tell, these dungeons are themed around their own colors, red, green, and blue. Lapenta is the final stage of the game we're introducing with the MapleStory 2 Awakening. This means this part of the game reserved for the highest achievers. This not only means the minimum gear score, again, not recommended, but minimum, to enter the dungeon will be set above Chaos Raids, but each Lapenta dungeon will require you to use different legendary sets and Lapenta shards to tackle. And they will all bring up new challenge to the new level with powerful foes and unique mechanics. Only after clearing 3 of the Lapenta dungeons, enchanting new gear level 60 gears, and upgrading your Lapenta shards, you'll be able to ready and tackle your final trial that we have prepared, 10-man raid Black Shard Nexus. Again, we're actually revealing more information about the feature content or regular stream later this month, so don't get daunted by that chart yet. I know it is. And what this means though is that we're actually going ahead of the curve this time and adding new challenges to be faced down the line. And we actually expect it to be some time until the full 10-player party to be ready to challenge this. You may ask at this point though, what are you going to get for clearing all this? Upon clearing Black Shard Nexus, you'll be able to obtain the very first Ascendant gear equipments in the MapleStory 2. It's a Sovereign gear set. Not only does it look awesome, but it's the strongest gear available in the game by a mile, and it will stay that way for a while. We've talked about all these new powerful gears, but we haven't covered what will happen to existing level 50 gears yet. Don't worry though, all your efforts toward current level 50 legendary gears will not be wasted. You will have an option to transfer your current level 50 legendary gears instance toward the new and more powerful level 60 epic gears. And with the MapleStory 2 Awakening update, Lapenta shards are also a new system that's being added. The easiest way for me to explain this would be that they are a new set of universal passive and active boosts, much like skills, utilizing the power of the Lapenta. With them not only being a vital factor for the player's progression, but also a necessary key to enter the Black Shard Nexus, we actually changed this system preemptively based on Project New Leaf initiative. Guaranteed upgrade rates, no Chaos Onyx, and Onyx crystal cost. We'll reveal a lot more about this part in the future stream as well. We kept on presenting all this, but we actually didn't reveal the date just yet, right? And that's because I think it's probably one of the biggest surprises. MapleStory 2 Awakening update happens on May 30th. With everything that we just talked about in one update, less than 3 weeks. And we do have a special treat for everyone who's hearing this news. Our Grand Awakening Wonders. Some of you might actually have seen it. This actually got active in the game today morning. The Grand Awakening Wonders are a specially designed gift package for you to be ready and claim right now. Just visit playmaple2.com, log in, and claim your gift starting today. First day reward alone is 30-day premium pass, premium club, and all the items above: red merits, new mount, level 60 package that features level 60 epic gears, and level up potion to level 60. Don't miss this out, and claim this at playmaple2.com. Best prepared for MapleStory 2 Awakening updates. This is my final slide, and I usually like to close it with a quick recap of most important things to remember. All this for me boils down to 2 points. First, we have an awesome update, MapleStory 2 Awakening expansion update happening on May 30th. And second, claim your reward today to prepare yourself for the update that's coming by visiting playmaple2.com. We're super excited to what is coming down in the pipe. Have I got you excited as well?
Yep.
Alright, looking back, it's been through a lot, and we've been having an exciting ride for all of us. And at this point, actually, I'd like to ask our development studio, who's visiting for us all the way from Korea, to see you guys today and offer you some final words. Here's MapleStory 2 Development Studio Director, John. He will speak and I will translate.
저는 이번에 디렉터가 되고 나서 이 자리에 온 게 처음입니다.
This is his first time being here since becoming a director.
이렇게 와서 보니까 많은 분들이 저희 게임을 사랑해 주시고 있음을 다시 한번 느끼게 됩니다.
Now being on stage, he feels fortunate to be witnessing the love so many people have for the game in person.
여기 오신 분들을 포함해서 메이플스토리 2를 사랑해 주시는 모든 팬분들께 감사드립니다.
He'd like to thank all the MapleStory fans, including all of you who made it here today, and for the love and passion for you have for the game.
많은 분들이 사랑해 주신 것을 보면 메이플스토리 2는 많은 가능성을 지닌 게임이라고 생각합니다.
With all the cheers and energy he's seeing today, he can't but think of how much potential MapleStory 2 has.
그러나 이 게임은 매력적인 점뿐만 아니라 굉장히 아쉬운 점 또한 함께 가지고 있습니다.
However, just as charming as MapleStory 2 is, there are parts he feels he can improve so much.
보이는 것과 다르게 너무 하드코어한 요소도 있고 사람들을 실망시키는 요소도 있다고 생각합니다.
Unlike how it looks, the game includes elements that are very hardcore. There are also some aspects that may feel underwhelming or disappointing at times.
그런 부분들을 이번 여름을 기점으로 하나하나 고쳐갈 생각입니다.
He intends to fix these parts one by one starting this summer.
좋은 게임이 되기 위해 더 많이 노력하겠습니다.
We'll always dedicate ourselves and tirelessly work to make MapleStory 2 a better game.
오늘 오신 분들 그리고 방송으로 보신 분들 메이플스토리 2를 아껴주시는 모든 분들께 다시 한번 감사드립니다.
He would like to close it by saying thanks to everyone who is here today, all who is watching us through the streams, and anyone who loves and supports MapleStory 2.
앞으로 잘 부탁드리면서 이번 여름 업데이트 많은 기대 부탁드립니다.
One more sentence. We really appreciate all the interest in the MapleStory 2 and its upcoming update, MapleStory 2 Awakening, and looking forward to the bright future we'll build together. Thank you, for being here today. You guys will see him actually more often right next to the next segment in a minute. And that's actually a wrap for me. Thanks for hanging with us through the presentation, and we really appreciate this awesome community we've been blessed with. You guys are really awesome. Before we go, we do have one last video to show you what kind of reception we've received so far in MapleStory 2. And as always, see you in game. For you guys, who wants to win some prizes?
One of the most controversial things, the log scrolls from Abandoned Mine V4 and all that kind of stuff, we did not forget them, though we cannot give you an answer right now. We are working on it, and we will do something about it. That's one of the discussions that we've been talking about with the dev team. So I promise you guys, we will have something to everybody who's been asking. And the second thing that I wanted to say is that I know a lot of you guys kind of feel pressured about playing the game on patch day. You won't have to worry about that. A lot of the stuff, we're basically making it so that you'll be able to go into it no pressure. You won't miss out. If you can't play it on patch day, you'll be able to enjoy the patch at your own leisure. We heard you guys loud and clear. We're going to keep working on all the things you guys have been talking about. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you all have an amazing MaplestoryFest.
So, I'm Dennis. If you guys don't know, I am your producer for Maplestory.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm also your producer from Maplestory.
Wait a minute. You look familiar. Didn't you tell us about bonus sets and art last year?
Yes, you're right. It was actually such a great experience for me last year to see all of you in person and joining you in celebrating Maplestory. So I decided to come back to discuss more exciting news about Maplestory this year.
Awesome. I love exciting news. And I think everybody here loves Maplestory.
Yeah, man.
So, for those who've been following my Maple memos, I mentioned that we had a new producer joining our team, and Anna here is that new team member. So, Anna, what is your favorite part about being here today?
First of all, I'm excited to celebrate Global Maplestory's 13th anniversary today.
Yeah, let's give that a round of applause. Come on, guys.
But most importantly, I'm very excited to talk about the contents we'll be releasing this summer. Let's take a quick look.
As long as anyone can remember, explorers have challenged the unknown. Some to hone their skills, others chasing new horizons, and some, of course, to get filthy rich. As for me, I follow a different path. What I'm after is ancient artifacts. In each one, I see the pride and artistry of cultures long gone. Leaving them to be forgotten seems like a real waste, you know? Sometimes it means things can get a bit dicey. And sure, there may be hazards, but this is the life I love. That's how it's done. Now then, where to next?
Pretty cool, right? Okay, so we gotta talk about what we just saw, obviously. Yes? Alright, let's meet your global Maplestory developers. They're gonna come out right now. Sweet. Welcome, guys. Or ladies and gents. Look, I recognize some of you from last year, obviously. But for those that don't know you yet, if you wouldn't mind just telling us a little bit about yourself and your role on the team. You can have a seat.
네, 안녕하세요. KMS2 디렉터 배정현입니다. 오늘 이 자리에 와주신 여러분들께 진심으로 감사드리고요. 즐거운 시간 보내시길 바랍니다.
His name is Jung-il, Director of Overseas Maple, and he wants to thank you guys for coming and hope you enjoy your time.
글로벌 메이플 창업기획팀 리더 민영미입니다. 페이스트에서 만나뵙게 되어서 영광입니다.
She's Young-mi, a leader of Global Maplestory Planning and Designing Team. She says it's an honor to meet you in the fest.
Hello, I'm Mage. I'm an Associate Product Manager for Global Maplestory. Actually, this year is my second time attending Maplestory's Fest, and I think it feels especially meaningful for me to attend actual anniversary day today. And I hope we'll enjoy the time together. Thank you.
Feel free to always applaud our developers, yeah? So, on behalf of all of our Maplestory fans today, we're so glad that you could all be here to join us. Thank you so much. Let's talk about the animation video that we just saw. The character looks really cool, but I don't think we've seen this character in Global Maplestory yet. Can you tell us who she is?
Yes, she's actually our newest character, Pathfinder, that we're going to be releasing this summer. Pathfinder is really interesting because she's the first new character we're going to release after concluding the Black Mage storyline this past winter. So we see her as both giving players an opportunity to embark on a new adventure with this new job, as well as a new adventure for Maplestory as a whole, as we explore new concepts and ideas.
That's awesome to hear. I like that.
Yeah, you know, even with a game that like MapleStory that's been around for 14 years, it's always exciting to see fresh new ideas, new characters, new stories from our development team here. And our job as a producer to help bring those ideas to life for you guys.
I can imagine, yeah. So, okay, the new character is Pathfinder. She's being released this summer, and in the video we just saw, it kind of looks like she's trying to find some sort of artifact. Can you tell us a bit more about who Pathfinder is and what she does and what she's doing?
네, 패스파인더는 고대 유물에 내려된 호기심 많은 모험가인데요. 탐사 도중에 저주에 걸려서 고대의 힘과 팔을 사용할 수 있게 된 궁수입니다. 고유한 특성을 지닌 세 가지의 궁수를 연계해서 전투를 하고 랠리 게이지를 충전해서 강력한 공격도 할 수 있습니다.
Pathfinder is an explorer seeking for ancient artifacts and is caught by a curse, so comes to be able to utilize the ancient power in the bow. So she fights by linking her 3 core archery skills to charge up the rally gauge and use the powerful attacks.
Nice. Well, if my days of playing video games have taught me anything, there's pretty much always an ancient curse that grants mystical powers, right? Yeah? Always. Yeah. So, but seriously, the gameplay sounds really fun. So in addition to the ancient power that she's wielding, what else can players expect when they get their hands on Pathfinder?
패스파인더는 기본 크리티컬 확률이 높아서 새로 시작하시는 분들은 쉽게, 그리고 고레벨 유저분들은 파워풀한 플레이를 즐기실 수 있습니다. 기동력과 보스 공략하는 능력이 뛰어나고, 그리고 파티원들이 받게 될 공격 데미지를 줄여줄 수 있어서 누구에게나 사랑받는 캐릭터가 될 겁니다.
It'll be easy to control for the new players, and for high-level players, they can enjoy the powerful play with their high critical rate, excellent mobility, and ability in both fights. Also, she can reduce the damage to party members, so everyone will love this character.
Sweet. I mean, it's always nice to see these new characters are viable with all kinds of gameplay. So, with the recent new character releases, I know players have been wanting a new bowman for a while. Did the team feel any pressure by this? And was there a desire to build a new bowman specifically to fill this need?
네, 사실 처음부터 궁수를 생각하고 만든 것은 아닙니다. 저희가 신규 직업을 제작할 때는 먼저 스토리와 액션을 고민하고 다양한 컨셉을 준비하게 되는데요. 이번 업데이트에서는 모험이라는 주제에서는 궁수 패스파인더가 가장 어울릴 것이라고 판단됐습니다.
They didn't have bowman in mind from the beginning. Normally, they first consider the storyline and action when creating any new class, and then set various other themes for the class. So for this time, they decided Pathfinder to be a bowman, as they thought that it fits for the new theme of adventure.
Got it. Okay. Well, it's good to see that the team had the freedom to explore what story they wanted to tell, what kind of gameplay they wanted to create, and it just so happened to be a new bowman. Now, the burning question. I know that we mentioned this summer is going to be the character will be playable, but is there a specific date that you can give us? Like, I think everybody here wants to get their hands on this character as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, players can actually participate in the pre-creation event for creating their own Pathfinder starting June 12th. Now, those who participate in that event will get a lot of in-game rewards on June 26th when the character is actually fully playable.
In addition to that, we're actually launching a site today called Return to Adventure, where players can earn even more prizes for pre-registering, logging into game, and playing between now and June 12th. So you can check it out at the URL shown on the screen.
Awesome. June 12th is going to be a pretty big day. But I know Pathfinder can't be the only thing that you want to talk about today, right?
Of course not. You know, we have so much more content that we've been planning, new events that we're creating for our players specifically for the summer. So what better way to show that off for me to stop talking and for you to watch a cool video?
extra content and nobody's excited about it. I mean, seriously, that's a lot of content. I mean, that's all coming in June?
We're actually going to have 2 different patches for summer, one on June 12th and the other one on July 21st. We want to ensure we separate these contents out so the players can have something to look forward to all throughout the summer update period.
I love that. That's smart and great. Now, I'm sure you all appreciate that, yes?
Yeah!
Amazing. Let's dive a little deeper into some of the content we just saw. There seems to be a lot of improvements to different gameplay systems and character progression being introduced in these updates. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, with this update, a lot of the changes that we're implementing are intended to make the early gameplay a lot smoother. Stuff like including tutorial quests, job balance changes, low-level content improvements, and we're also improving a lot of the systems that are essential for growing both your character and your equipment. Stuff like Star Force success rates being increased, reducing arcane symbol enhancement costs.
Also, we've simplified the prerequisite quests for the 5th job advancement, and we plan to expand the level cap with the addition of new stats to the hyperspec, and we also plan to ease the starting condition for Legion, and we also revamped the Legion coin usage method, so you will be able to utilize the Legion system a lot easier.
Cool. I saw that there was a lot of events being released as well. Is there anything more you can tell us about that?
Yeah, working with our developers, we saw that a lot of the events that Korea Maplestory had, they had a lot of success, with their version of this update. So we wanted to bring that over. Stuff like Terra Burning, Maple Runner, all the adventure tiers and in-game point shops. But in addition to that, we know our players wanted some exclusive content, some popular events that they enjoy, like Maplewood Watch, 3x and 2x drop events, as well as developing new events specifically for our audience.
Yes, it includes some slight improvement to Beast Tamer and Jet, and skill revamp for Kana and Hayato, as we already mentioned, as well as all new party quests. Actually, I think our developers can speak more to that.
네, 신규 파티 이벤트를 개발 중이고요. 반드시 유저분들의 협력을 통해서만 플레이하실 수 있습니다. 모험가가 되어서 보물을 찾는 듯한 느낌을 받으실 수 있을 겁니다. 그럼 여기서 저희가 개발 중인 내용을 GMS 유저분들께 살짝 공개해 드리겠습니다.
She mentioned that developers are actually developing a new party quest event, and the players will only be able to play by teaming up with other players. And with this event, you will feel like you become adventure on a treasure hunt. So we'll give you a sneak peek here, and this is the first time we're revealing this to our players.
So these are just a few of the map designs to give you an idea that this party quest is going to take elements of puzzle solving. Players will have to figure out how to progress by working together, sharing information needed by the team to crack codes, and sometimes synchronizing their efforts in order to get through the quest and defeat the boss at the end. Now, this party quest is something that our developers have been working on for several months, and I'm actually really excited to see how it turns out. I know our players have been asking for more party play opportunities, and we're always constantly trying to see how we can apply that feedback to any content and events that we develop in the future.
Cool. So with all this great content coming up, I can imagine your team is hard at work preparing all this content. And I think we're all grateful that you can take the time to come out and speak to all of us today. Could you tell us a little bit about what it's like right now in the office?
네, 정말 바쁜 날들을 보내고 있는데요. 글로벌 매플 스토리를 위해서 열심히 일하시는 분들의 모습을 소개시켜드리고자 합니다. 영상으로 만나보시죠.
Yes, so it's been really busy days for developers. So we would like to talk a little bit about the dev team's day-to-day work life and introduce the people who work especially for global Maplestory. And you can meet Jongin and Youngmi through the video, so let's meet them in the video.
제가 하는 주 업무는 업데이트 계획하고 서비스 사항을 파악하고 대응하는 업무, 그리고 레슨 아메리카와 넥슨 코리아 유관 부서와 커뮤니케이션하는 업무를 하고 있습니다. 올 여름 선보여드리기 위해서 준비 중이고요. 검은 마우스와 격파 이후에 새로운 모험을 시작하는 업데이트이기 때문에 의미가 큽니다.
안녕하세요. 메이플스토리 게임 기획자 남준입니다. 게임 내에서 이벤트 PC로 등장해 여러분들에게 찾아본 적이 있었는데요. 이렇게 영상으로 인사드리게 되어 영광입니다. 이번 여름 업데이트에서는 새로운 이벤트 내 어드벤처 아일랜드에서 다양한 미니게임과 가도브 컨트롤, 싸우라 전설의 비양 등 기존 미니게임과 함께 여러분들의 강함을 증명할 수 있는 배틀 호라이즌, 스쿼드 같은 새로운 방식의 이벤트가 추가됩니다.
안녕하세요. 글로벌 메이플스토리 기획자 김현수입니다. 업데이트에 대해 좀 더 자세히 설명드리면 우선 계정 전체의 성장이 좀 더 쉬워지도록 캐릭터 성장 동선과 컨텐츠 효율을 경계하였습니다. 그리고 유니온 시스템도 좀 더 편리하게 이용하실 수 있도록 편의성을 개선하였습니다.
새로 오시는 분들과 복귀하시는 분들 모두 편하고 빠르게 게임에 적응하실 것이라고 기대합니다. 버그와 CS 처리를 보다 빠르게 진행하려고 노력하고 있습니다. 본 해킹, 자극장 플랜을 최우선시해서 생각하고 있습니다. 분석조건 상세의 추가를 검토하고 있는데요. 어떤 대응을 하더라도 최대한 오류가 발생하지 않도록 노력하겠습니다.
각 직원의 아이덴티티를 강조하면서 효율이 일관성을 갖도록 하는 스킬 조정을 진행 중입니다. 하이토, 칸나, 비스테이머, 제트도 이번 대표에 함께 포함될 예정입니다. 특히 칸나는 디자인도 많이 변경될 예정인데요. 음향선언의 고유 특징을 잘 살릴 수 있도록 신경 쓰고 있습니다. 신규 직업 패스파인더는 고대 유물에 매료된 아주 특별한 모험가 공수입니다. 메이크 월드에 숨겨져 있는 유적지들을 배경으로 펼쳐진 스토리들과 비교적 쉬운 조작으로 극대화할 수 있는 전용 스피드를 준비되어 있습니다.
마지막으로 유저분들이 예전의 파티캐스트에 대해 그리워하시고 협력 플레이에 대한 의견을 주신 것을 바탕으로 새로운 파티캐스트를 준비하고 있습니다. 글로벌 서비스에서 최초로 공개할 예정이니 많은 기대 부탁드립니다.
유저분들 덕분에 이 귀한 여러 번째 생일을 맞이할 수 있었습니다. 10년 동안 함께해 주신 유저분들께 보답할 수 있도록 소중한 의견 잘 듣고 성장하는 서비스가 되도록 최선을 다하겠습니다.
메이플스토리가 고작 14년을 맞이하게 되었습니다. 이 모두 여러분들의 덕분이며 이 자리를 빌어 진심으로 감사드립니다. 앞으로도 늘 사랑받을 수 있는 메이플스토리가 될 수 있도록 열심히 개발에 임하도록 하겠습니다.
메이플스토리를 사랑해주셔서 감사합니다.
I'd say that's pretty cool. Yeah? No? We can all go home. Teasing. I always think it's interesting to hear directly from the developers and get an exclusive look behind the scenes at how massive global games like MapleStory come together. We don't often have opportunities like this to share footage with players in-game or on social media. And speaking of social media, we should all remember our next guest, because she was just on stage this morning, not that long ago. Please join me in welcoming to the stage your MapleStory social media manager, Cuddles.
Hi everyone, I'm back, and for those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Cuddles, the social media manager of all MapleStory franchise social channels. 14 years and going strong. MapleStory's greatest asset in social media is what is it? I mean, an entire generation of players grew up playing this game, and there's nothing like a nostalgic post to really take you back. And on that note, I'm here on stage because I want to give out more stuff.